that game. But as the day went on, they got into their groove a little bit more. They started to perform to the levels that they know they're capable of. And again, that's what sets this up to be a fantastic game. Not just the names on display, but the ability as well.
Yeah, that it will be. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win this game between Fnatic, Tekkz and Diogo, or Guild Esports of Nicholas Razek and Nicholas99 as we go ahead and kick things off. Fnatic kicking from left to right in the usual black Fnatic kit, and Guild Esports from right to left in the white kit. To start off with, how do you find both of these players going into this? What do they want? Do they want to have a strong, aggressive start, or just maybe be a bit patient and kind of suss each other out? I
spoke to Nicholas yesterday, and he was saying how it's two opposite sides of the spectrum in the way how both him and Razek perform in 1v1. You've got Razek, who is straightforward, but you've got Nicholas, who's more calm and more composed in his build-up play, as we see Fnatic building up here. Yeah, we already see Fnatic Tekkz wanting to get towards that byline with Ronaldinho, using that ball roll scoop, looking to take them on. As we mentioned earlier on, Ronaldinho, a player which Tekkz absolutely loves. The 5-star skill move's working really well, and I'm sure we're going to see that a lot throughout this game. Messi just linking up with Kante in the middle of that pitch, looking to work their way into that final third. João Cancelo wouldn't help that. I'm very intrigued in this battle to see how Guild Esports are going to come out. Are they going to want to take that game towards Fnatic? As we see R7 come towards that byline, lays that ball back off to R9. Can they develop the first chance? That they cannot. It is going to be N'Golo Kante, which has been so crucial for a lot of players, having that man in the middle defensively, just covering that ground. Yeah, of course, we know how good the Kante Team of the Year item in-game is with his defensive attributes. He cuts the lanes unbelievably fast, and he's very useful in helping to transition from defense to attack once he retrieves possession. But you can see for Fnatic, using Cancelo in at right back, Ronaldinho in right midfield. And I spoke about the E-Champions League for Tekkz, where he qualified last week. He made Ronaldinho look arguably the best item on the game. He was incredible with the skill moves, the execution, the finishing as well. And I think from that previous tournament, of course, for Diogo, it didn't go as well as he would have liked. But again, they can take confidence knowing that, for him, his sake anyway, he's playing with Tekkz. Tekkz is unbelievable in 1v1s and 2v2. But I'd say for Diogo, you would say maybe added pressure? Quite possibly, yeah. Playing with someone as good as Fnatic Tekkz next to you can be a lot of pressure, knowing that you need to perform, you need to raise your game, which will be very interesting to see how Diogo is going to perform with that today. On day 2, Fnatic will be looking forward to try and make that way into Championship Sunday, which we'll have for you tomorrow. R9 driving into that 18-yard box, goes that finesse. Van der Sar with a very simple save. We do also have all of the action from Kyle Walker, who's given us all the commentary across the other games. Kyle, give us an update. What's been going on?
Well, it's 0-0 across all games, it would seem, so far in this round of games on day 2 of the FGS Team of the Season Cup. Makers taking on Team Hullets Ninjas in Pyjamas, 0-0. Saf taking on Goliath Gaming and DhTekkz Gaming, 0-0. And Kase Esports taking on Team Heretics. That game 0-0 as well. Don't worry though, guys. I'm sure there'll be plenty of goals, and I will be across them all. I promise you that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kyle Walker, coming across and giving us all of those updates. 0-0 across all games, which maybe these teams just wanting to find that way in. A little bit of nerves creeping in, knowing what's on the line. Going down into that losers bracket, Ryan, is just something that the players don't want. It makes things so much harder for you. It really does. Of course, being in the winners bracket gives you that safety blanket, knowing that if perhaps you don't start the day as expected, you have something to lay back on, but you don't want to lose this early on. You want to make sure that you give yourself the best position to win the grand prize of $100,000 split between both of the winners for the winning team. But again, I'd say we haven't seen much so far in this game. We've seen 2 shots from the edge of the box from Tekkz, but other than that, no clear cut so far. Listen, as of yet, Messi for Guild Esports coming through. He's going to be Nicholas Razek and Nicholas linking up Mbappe now inside that 18-yard box, but Ruben Diaz equal to it on both teams right now. Defensively, just doing enough to take that ball away from the opponent and say thank you very much. We'll look to build up our attack. Bit of patience now as we see Fnatic, Tekkz and Diogo. 30th minute on the clock. Over the top through ball to Ronaldinho. Just takes that with a touch on his back, manages to turn again and beat the left back. Cristiano Ronaldo of all people in that defensive duty, but we see that a lot. Pulling those left attacking mids, right attacking mids, right mids, left mids. You need that from everyone on your team. Yeah. Come back, defend, create that brick wall and make it very difficult to break down. Yep, it's very important, especially in 2v2, having the numbers behind the ball to help win possession. And I also spoke to
Diogo and Tekkz yesterday. He spoke about how Nicholas is very, very good at retaining the possession when under pressure. As we see maybe a finesse shot, but Vieira.
Mbappe lays that into R9 inside the 80. Takes a shot, and Van der Sar with what looked to be a fairly comfortable save, parrying that one in behind for a corner. Fnatic just doing enough to fight, win that ball, and get that shot off.
Yeah, just enough. That's the first, let's say, clear chance we've had. Of course, you wouldn't say it's a chance that should find the back of the net more often than not. But again, nonetheless, they've had the fair share of shots compared to Guild Esports.
Can I just say one thing? Tekkz, Diogo, they look calm. They're having a laugh. They're talking, they're joking. We saw a pause come in, which actually was from the side of Guild Esports with Nicholas and Nicholas Razek. You think they're not happy with something?
I'd say it's difficult to say so far based on just how the game's going. Of course, it's still 0-0, but maybe they're noticing something in terms of a tactical adjustment they could resort to this early on. But just following on from what I was saying before, Diogo and Tekkz, they're very, very confident. They know that they press really high up. But again, they said that the one thing that could work against them is Nicholas can play out of pressure really well, as Guild managed to break out from that corner, potentially could lead to a counter-attack.
Guild now looking for that counter-attack. Mbappe makes that run, but Kante is going to cover it, saying you are not going to look for that pass down the line. Does manage to find Marcelo, though. R9 just using a bit of dribbling, finds that ball out wide to Marcelo, who started this. There's a cross into the back stick. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't leap, red-timed. And Fnatic will be very, very happy to see that one go out for a goal kick, because João Cancelo versus Cristiano Ronaldo is not really a battle that you want.
It's normally a foregone conclusion when you see a player building up on the opposite side of the pitch and they lean towards a back post cross. When Cristiano Ronaldo's lurking, as we see another opportunity.
Messi wants to whip that one in, and Van der Sar will claim that every day of the week. We're looking for a few crosses here. They're trying to find a way to draw that first blood and grab that goal, which will be against either one of these teams. The first goal could be so crucial.
It really will be, and I think we're going to see Nicholas and Razek keep possession here towards the latter stages of the first half, just to die the clock down and try and push forward just before the half-time whistle in attempt to see if they can just break the deadlock and not give Tekkz and Diogo any chance to respond.
Mbappe down that left wing now, looking to go to that byline, lays that pass in to Cristiano Ronaldo. The pass off across Ruben Diaz. He does lose that though. Ronaldo again at that near post. Schmeichel again, a comfortable save, not choosing to go far post. No time finish. They have got a corner for their hard work though. Can they grab the goal on the stroke of half time? Ronaldo leaps, goes for that green time, and Schmeichel just about does enough, and that will be the end of the first half. Highest level, they've won tournaments. They know exactly what they need to do in these situations. So it will be an entertaining second half in this first leg, as we see Fnatic straight away. R9 at that near post. Van der Sar, a little bit of goalkeeper movement maybe?
I don't know. We're seeing some fantastic attempts here. Of course, none have led to a goal here, as we see the corner whipped in towards the edge of the box.
Ruud Gullit tries to win that one against Ruud Gullit as well. Mbappe finds Patrick Vieira, not the man that you want inside that 18-yard box. Some good feet from Mbappe. The ball roll scoop, and it is going to be Marcelo for Guild Esports to break away. But that was an absolute huge chance there for Fnatic.
That was quick, it was snappy, it was executed really well from Fnatic, Tekkz and Diogo, and we saw there with Mbappe the intricate skill moves from Fnatic. Tekkz, he's probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous player to have in a situation where he has a 5-star skillet on the edge of the area. You never know what skill move he's going to pull out, and he seems to always make the right choice at the right moments. But for Guild Esports, for Razek and Nicholas, for their sake anyway, they didn't end up conceding from that particular chance.
João Cancelo now. Tekkz and Diogo just knocking on the door ever so slightly. Ronaldinho looks for that 1-2. João Cancelo not chooses to go back. Does find Kante though. Really good pressure from Guild, just to say you're not going through the middle. The numbers are back. You can see Lionel Messi. R9 is practically 35 yards out, and he is the front presser right now. Marcelo goes for that cross into the box. João Cancelo heading that one away with ease.
I think that's what we're going to see a familiar scene there, with the cross in from deep, triggering a run just to try and move a defensive player out of position. But Guild could build up again. A CR7 lurks at the back post.
Messi whips that one in. Mbappe's going to jump for it. Green time. João Cancelo again. Both teams having João Cancelo. They're trying to go ahead and beat that man in the air, but so far he's answered every single question asked of him.
He has, and that's just something, again, they're leading to resort to crosses as Ronaldinho could be in.
Ronaldinho inside the 18-yard box, lays that one off to R9. R9 shoots across goal. Van der Sar with what is a huge save. Puts it behind for a corner. Kante now. Can Fnatic find that first goal, which will be ever so crucial? João Cancelo. Messi, Kante pressuring all that way, and they will be happy to break that one away. Now, I saw Diogo and Tekkz this morning. One thing that I've always noticed about them two, that they're practically best friends. They're with each other all the time. They're always wanting to get to know each other, more communication. We saw them yesterday have a bit of a difficult game against Direwolves in that first match, but then against Ajax having a very convincing 4-0 win as we see a CR7 break away, again defended by João Cancelo. How much does that play in the 2v2 side when you spend so much time with your partner, getting an understanding of how they work, how they want to operate? What does that do for you on the pitch?
I think that's something that goes, well, it's slightly overlooked. I say it is mentioned quite often, but for 2v2, of course, ability is very important, but you have to have the cohesion outside of it as well, the communication skills. In essence, even the friendship, that helps a lot to go into performances. And as you said, with Fnatic, Tekkz and Diogo, they spend a lot of time together. They're good friends outside of the scene as well, so that definitely helps.
And they were at E-Premier League a few weeks back as well, representing Liverpool, playing together there. As we've seen over the top through ball come through from Guild Esports, who so far in this second half struggled to get going a little bit. Yeah,
there hasn't really been too many attempts for them to break through, other than the attempted cross towards the back post for Nicholas and Razek. But again, as you said, they're defending superbly. They've got the bodies behind the ball well. They're jockeying well. They're squeezing in and pressing in the situations where they have to, and they're not leaving too many gaps at all, if any. So again, as we see Nicholas building up here with Rudhulet played into Razek, but again, nothing comes from it.
Right, let's go ahead and get an update from Kyle Walker across the other games in this winners bracket round 1. Kyle, what's been going on?
Cheers, guys. I do apologise. I did say before, I promise you goals. I lied in that DhTekkz Gaming and Saf Times Goliath Gaming game. That was 0-0 in that first leg. That's how that one ended. The second leg there has just kicked off, still 0-0 in one of our other games. Team Heretics, they are taking on Kasse Esports. That was 0-0 after the first leg as well. And another game, I spoke to two of these guys yesterday. Levi David, well, he and Ollie Lito teaming up against Makers. That one is 0-0 after the first leg as well. So curse to the commentator this time. I'm not a lucky charm. I promise you goals. I can tell you this though, Team Heretics, they have scored in the second leg. That one is 2-0. So at least I can say that one. I'm not too sure about the other games. Back to you.
Scott, I'm sure the people at home will want goals. And I'm sure 95 days. The players are absolutely ecstatic to be here. $500,000 in the total prize pool, $100,000 for the winner. You want to get through to that Championship Sunday. And the question that we want to know is, will it be Fnatic or Guild Esports taking that first advantage in this game? Remember, on this day, in the winners bracket, win this game, win your next one, and you're through to the Championship Sunday. 2 overall wins across those games of FIFA.
Yep, and of course, losing the game doesn't mean they're eliminated. They still have the loser bracket games to players as that's intercepted from Ruben, and a chance could be here for Fnatic.
Eusebio to break away. Mbappe's in the box. They've got runners coming in. Vieira comes out into that wing position, defends really well, covering for that fullback. And that is a huge tackle. But like you rightly said, if you do lose here today, that's fine. You go drop down into that losers bracket, but it really does make things much more difficult for you. We have 1 minute of time remaining in this first leg between Fnatic with Tekkz and Diogo up against Guild Esports of Nicholas Razek and Nicholas 99. 1 minute of added time. The referee and the fourth official put that board up. There will be a foul. There is going to be one more chance, and it is going to go to Guild Esports. Can Nicholas and Razek find a way past what has been really a solid defensive display from both teams? Mbappe and Ruben Diaz clears that one out for the throw-in, and you would imagine that that is going to be the end of this first leg.
Into the second leg now, back to our main game in Guild Esports up against Fnatic.
So let's go and find out who will be victorious between Guild and Fnatic. Will it be the man, Fnatic Tekkz, and his teammate Diogo? Or will it be the Iceman, Nicholas 99 and Razek? I'm very much looking forward to this second leg as we see R9 bringing out that ball to Marcelo up against his other Marcelo. But equally just as good defended. He manages to win that one though. Messi trying to drive that byline. And the byline is something that we've seen quite a lot from both of these teams.
Yeah, but it has to be utilised in the 2v2 format. They didn't do it too well there. It's the key to build up with one of the wide midfielders or the fullback and then play the extra pass across goal to the striker that makes the run towards the byline. And again, another extra pass to lead to the open chance. But it didn't work out in that way for them.
Yeah, we see it so much in FIFA 22. It's what the players are looking to utilise, looking to find that deadlock, break away and try and grab that first blood. Kante now on the ball, tries that driven pass out wide. Rude Hullet to intercept and an opportunity to break. Mbappe makes that run towards the wing. Guild Esports choosing, you know what? Let's just recycle and let's build up slow, which is no surprise when you've got someone like Nicholas99 on your team who can be so patient in that build-up and really unlock that defence.
Yep, he's in no rush to break forward and leave any gaps for a goal. And I think he's going to be just telling Razek here, let's keep the ball here, even though they gave it away briefly there for a second, managed to win it back. But again, they'll be content with the way the game has gone. They don't mind having a tighter, contested affair.
That's something that you mentioned as well, though, Ryan, that yes, Nicholas99 and then Razek happy to build up, be patient and slow, but how difficult is that to do that against someone like Fnatic, Tekkz and DhTekkz? Arguably some of the best pressers that are here today.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where the two teams oppose each other in that sense. It seems as if, for this start anyway, that Guild have control of the tempo of the game, but Fnatic, for them, they want to make it as uncomfortable as possible for Guild and Razek and Nicholas. They know that if they can press higher up and just lead them to making some defensive errors, whether it's a pass that goes astray or they lose possession whilst dribbling out, as we see Fnatic building up here.
Kante goes that driven pass into Mbappe. He turns, tries to find in the R9 the ball. Roll scoop turn, drives into the 18-yard box. The shot goes in, but the goalkeeper just about doing enough. The goalkeeper movement was there. Arguably a mistake from DhTekkz, not shooting that one across at that near post. Yeah,
the goalkeeper movement sort of gave her an open goal in essence, but it wasn't taken, and the chance there, I think it came off of Marquinhos' boot and went behind the goalkeeper, but for Guild's sake, they do just enough to break out there, and it will be Razek pushing forward now with Kante.
Nicholas99 and Razek very happy to see that one end up in Van der Sar's gloves. R9 now for Guild Esports, but Marcelo takes that one away. It's a brave decision to move the goalkeeper as much as Nicholas did, but fortunately enough, a little bit of a let-off. Fnatic again still knocking at that door. We saw it in that first leg. Chances at both ends, but arguably more towards Fnatic. Goalkeeper's coming up with some good saves. Pull it now on the centre circle. Lays that one out wide to João Cancelo. Nicholas into Razek. A little bit of patience in that middle. You can see how disciplined Tekkz and DhTekkz are. Not wanting to give up any space in that middle. Messi now finds Hullet. Edge of the 18-yard box for R9. We know he can hit them from range. He chooses to go for the green time finesse. And Kante, a big block. If that didn't get blocked, what's your chances of that one going in, Ryan? It was a great bit of build-up there with the shot cancel initially to sort of bait the first finesse shot, which didn't come through. And then the second one, green time. I think if it wasn't blocked, it could have led to a save. I don't think it would have hit the back of the net from that chance, but again, it's a bright spell there from Guild Esports. Mbappe now on the 18-yard box, tries that one through, but again, it is going to be defended by Marcelo. Does pick it back up again. Marcelo and Ronaldinho just trying to battle with each other. Ronaldinho goes for that rainbow flick and Hullet. And that right there is what we see from Tekkz pretty much every single tournament, right? Yeah, the confidence and the flair is flowing for Tekkz. He's starting to gain extra confidence from that. And I know he tried it yesterday in one of the games that we saw. He likes to be extravagant with his skill moves. But for that, in that case, it didn't work out as possession. Mbappe manages to lay that one through to R9. A huge chance for that first goal. Marquinhos with a massive block. Went round the goalkeeper. It looked like it was done and dusted for the first goal. But no, Marquinhos steps in with a huge block. Now, can Guild Esports break away and go down the other end and try and grab that goal? Messi driving towards that byline. Vieira is going to look for that Marcelo and Ronaldo. Not a battle that you want if you are Marcelo. And Fnatic will be very glad to pick up this ball and find their way out. But what a chance that was. Oh, that was huge. As soon as you see the ball roll past the goalkeeper, you almost think it's going to be a goal. But defended spectacularly there from Nicholas just to get in front there and get the last-ditch block and stop it from becoming 1-0. For the people at home, could Fnatic have done anything differently there in that one-on-one? I don't think so. I think, as I say, the most sensible situation there is to ball roll around the goalkeeper. I think the angle was narrowed down Mbappe now lays that into R9. It's a big chance again. The block is there. Van der Sar. Guild Esports have got their back up against the wall, but every time it comes through, it just about ends up in the defence. And Guild Esports will be very happy to see that one go away again. But let's just say, Ryan, we spoke about Fnatic's press. That's 2 chances that they've got from being aggressive in that area.
Yep, and it's been working for them in this first half. Definitely pressing a lot higher than the first leg, and I think the tension is starting to build here for Guild Esports as Fnatic build up again.
R9 inside the 18-yard box. The pass off across is there. Mbappe takes the shot. A little bit of a rushed one. Can he find a way through that Vieira? Doing so well defensively. Forces him out wide. The Elastico. A little bit of patience. You can see how well they're defending. Messi's in at that near post. Goes for the shot, but unfortunately not timed to perfection. A corner on the stroke of half-time. Fnatic, can they find that way? Van der Sar will claim that every single day of the week. I am just not understanding how have Fnatic not scored a goal here.
Saw that 1.8 XG for Fnatic. Oh, it's building up here, Alex. It's starting to get hot for Fnatic. They're starting to get into their groove a little bit more. But for Guild, again, so many last-ditch blocks there from Nicholas and Enrazek, and it seems to be Marquinhos, his team of the year item, seems to be stepping in and getting those vital blocks from preventing almost guaranteed goals, you'd say, if he wasn't there.
What do you do now when you're Guild Esports? Enrazek and Nicholas, you really haven't done too much across these 2 legs of FIFA. Fnatic definitely being on top, and like we said, they haven't found a way to score, which has been crazy, really. Some last-ditch blocks, some big saves from the goalkeeper. What do Guild Esports have to do to come out in this second leg and find a way to win? You
could maybe look at a potential tactical setup adjustment, because I noticed that they seem to, well, initially were playing a 3-5-2 and they started to change to a 4 at the back formation. So maybe it seems as if they're trying to negate what Fnatic are doing rather than step on the ascendancy themselves. There's also that aspect, but for them, again, they'll be counting themselves lucky, and in this situation now, it's still 0-0. For me, I'd be delighted at the fact that I'm still in this game. So they could use that as a positive and try and build up attacks from that.
That they could. Kante trying to find that through. R9 battling with Hullet. And the thing to note as well is that the loser of this game will drop down into that loser's bracket, and they've got a very, very tough matchup in Complexity Gaming.
Yep, Complexity, of course, winners of the E-Club World Cup a few years ago now. They've also won it in their region as well, but they've been fantastic throughout the years in 2v2. One of the very few teams that have come in with a trophy behind their name in 2v2. So again, they would have the confidence knowing that they can beat anyone. They've proven it on the biggest stages of all, as we see Guild potentially, that pass could have been played in there.
CR7 lays that back to Hullet. He's 20 yards out. Can he look for a shot? He chooses to lay it off to N'Golo Kante. Hullet hustling and doing enough to force him back, force him wide, which is what we've seen a lot from Fnatic. Hullet drives forward, though, into that 18-yard box. The ball roll, the shot across. Vieira, and Tekkz, by the way, has manually just put that Vieira on that goal line to stop that goal.
Oh, I don't know if that was going in. It looked as if it might have sneaked in off the inside of the post there, as we see end-to-end FIFA starting to heat up, and back post. Oh, I saw the back post run there. And it wasn't meant to be there, but yeah.
That's something that we've been enjoying as well, though. We've seen that Fnatic aren't just looking for the same thing every time. They like to cross a ball as well.
Yeah.
Can Fnatic find that way? Guild Esports with a massive, massive chance. Vieira, again, there to block it and bring it away. As Ryan said, it may have just been going wide of that post, but they're going to be happy enough either way. The reverse Elastico, and it is going to be Enrazek there, defending very well for the side of Guild Esports. 60 minutes on the clock. We have 30 minutes remaining. Tell us, wherever you are watching, who's going to take this? Is it Guild Esports or is it Fnatic? It's been a cagey affair in this game. And the nerves will be creeping in for both of these teams right now. You can hear all of the noise around us. We started off with 32 teams. There's 24 making it into day 2. There will only be 8 making it into Championship Sunday. Day 3. It's great to be back at LAN, though, isn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, it really is. We're in and amongst the action. I'm hearing all the celebrations. I can't wait to get the update from Kyle.
Van der Sar again.
The composure.
The composure to lay that one back and say, you know what, Van der Sar, you can have this as easy as you like. But yeah, as you said, we'll get some updates from the other games that are happening very soon across the board. A reminder that the winner of this game will go through and play Makers or Team Hullet X Ninjas in Pyjamas. We've heard a lot of noise coming from that boot camp, so we'll have to see who it was that has come victorious. Ronaldinho. Kante now. There's so many white shirts to try and force that way through. Can Fnatic, Tekkz and Diogo find that way? Ronaldinho looks that driven into the middle, into R9, which he looked to utilise so well. But in really the 18-yard box, he's had a couple shots here and there, but they've just not managed to find the way with him. Yeah,
it's not been working to get it into the feet of R9, as we see potentially a build-up from Guild. Can they start to push further on in the attacking sense and break down the defense of Fnatic? It looks as if they've gone back to the 3-5-2.
R9 lays that pass off first time to Mbappe, the scoop turn, takes that one away, but it is Ruben Diaz again. Such good defending from Tekkz. We always speak about how good Tekkz is in the attack, right? But you have to give credit to him and how well he defends.
Yeah, I think that's an underrated thing in Tekkz's game, and it's underappreciated. Oh,
the chance in at the near post. R9 manages to find that. It came out of what looked like nowhere. The run to the byline, laying that one off across. Tekkz there saying to Diogo, let's switch on, let's get this game done.
Yeah, and it stems from the pass into Ronaldo. First time driven pass across, and it's Tekkz with R9 Ronaldo to put it into the corner. 15 minutes left to go in this game. 1-0 up to Fnatic, up against Guild Esports. They're going to have to change something. I'd say they are going to have to definitely go a lot more attacking to try and get back into this game.
Yeah, Tekkz and Diogo there for Fnatic celebrating, enjoying that one. That little change of tempo, the first time passes, and we were literally just saying 1 minute ago, R9 hasn't really been given those chances inside that 18-yard box. There was one or two, but when it came, that's why you have him in your team.
Yep, exactly. You trust him in front of goal on either foot, the 5-star weak foot that comes along with that foot item, the team of the, well, not team of the year, sorry, the icon moments item in game is fantastic in front of goals. We see some changes in tactical setup and formations for Guild. They'll be hoping that they can get a chance. And I think for them anyway, they're going to have to start to push forward a lot more than they have done so far.
That they will. Now, don't quote me, but I believe from the noise that I'm hearing from Team DhTekkz, Ninjas in Pyjamas, it sounds like they have become victorious in that game, which was up against Makers. So the winner of this game will be playing Team DhTekkz, Ninjas in Pyjamas, if it is them that has won. And that will be such an exciting matchup. And obviously, the loser of this game, which at the minute is Guild Esports, if it stays this way, they've got to regroup and pick themselves back up because Complexity are waiting. They're ready.
They'll be watching this game. They'll be watching, eagerly anticipating who they'll be playing, but they'll be keeping an eye on just the way that they're playing. If there's any deficiencies in the build-up play, in the defensive attributes of either player in the team. As we kick off now from that pause, Guild Esports need to do something to get back into this game.
Are Guild Esports going to find a way? Giving that one away straight away from kickoff. A chance for Fnatic. Diogo on the ball now. Lays that back off to Tekkz. Kante trying to find that man. Marcelo a little bit shaky, but Guild Esports, they're just not getting going right now, are they? Straight away from the kickoff, they lose that ball. The press comes in. Fnatic doing so well in that area. Yeah,
we see the substitutes from Fnatic looking to get extra pace on with Eusebio and Vinicius Jr., of course, having blistering speed to get him behind. There's a chance here for Guild Esports.
CR7 into R9 inside the 18-yard box. Schmeichel comes out, he makes himself big, and he gets a strong hand on that to take that one away. That could be a game-winning save right there. Fnatic choosing to go back. The composure, the experience of Tekkz and Diogo. Mbappe driving towards that wing. 82 minutes. Will they choose to look for another goal or take time off the clock? They choose to go for time on the clock. This is what makes them the best players in the world. Experience, knowing what they need to do in these situations.
Yep, it really does. And it's gone out there for a goal kick. But that chance there, that could have been it. That was a chance that they might be ruining. It was a fantastic save from Schmeichel there, in at the near post. But there's still 5 minutes to go. Maybe one last attempt for them to build up.
Hold it. If you need to find a goal, it is going to be now. Can Nicholas and Enrazek find that way past what has been a very solid defensive display from Fnatic? In the previous round, we saw them beat Ajax 4-0. They didn't concede a single goal against Ajax. Can they do the same here against Guild Esports? Mbappe on the ball. Messi with that first time finesse. Schmeichel with what is a worldie of a save. How has he saved that?
Unbelievable save. I don't believe it was timed green, but that was spectacular from
Can Guild Esports find that way? 2 minutes remaining. They are knocking on the door. There's 2 big saves from Schmeichel so far. But they need a goal, and they need it now. CR7 back to Mbappe. Tries to force that one through. Kante with that pressure. Can they find a way out for Fnatic? That will do for now. Get that one out for a throw-in. Get those numbers back. Regroup, and we can go again. Nicholas, 99, and then Razak really needed to go for that first-time pass, and that could be game, set, match won. Mbappe looks for the Vinicius Jr. There is 1 minute remaining. Are they going to choose to put the game to bed? They lay it off across. They are. Composure, Eusebio, Fnatic, Tekkz, and Diogo advance through to the next round.
Yeah, as you can see the celebrations from Diogo. Tekkz telling him to keep it cool. They are composed, and they are 2-0 up, and they are through to the next round with that goal there. It's the substitutes that link up, and it's an easy finish. It's an open goal there for Eusebio. And Tekkz and Diogo representing Fnatic will be advancing to the next stage.